Hello and welcome to Trinity. Uh, Trinity is a little left behind. We won't pretend that that's not the case, as usual. Uh, Thought it'd be interesting to go back and visit a support slash angel frame before the new support slash angel frame comes out with Jade Light. So we're gonna have a little look here at Trinity. And let's begin. So here we are in a simulacrum. Just gonna throw some Steel Path Grenier in here for some explanations. So Trinity, not super complex. I'm just going to do a quick once over. This is Well of Life. This is one people usually helmet off. It will paralyze a single enemy. They're invulnerable, but if you hit them, they'll actually heal you and nearby people. They will block a status effect. I think about 6 per target, and then it kills the target by blocking the status effects. They're back down now. So I like to keep it on just for the status effect blocking when you are in those kind of defensive missions. That's always handy. You can tap it again and just let them go, so they don't hold up defense missions. Similarly, we have Energy Vampire. That will cause them to emit pulses that restore the team's energy. I will cast this for a second so that we have some energy to restore. You can see it popping back up there. You can also hit them. If you kill them, it'll be faster. They'll just release it all at once. One interesting thing about Energy Vampire is you can see it's taking big chunks there. It's actually done by percentage. If you let the entire duration expire, they will usually die. Not 100% sure if that works on Steel Path because of how the HP bonuses are a bit weird, but you can see them kind of ticking down there. No, it only does about half. So an old thing that's not so much in use anymore was you'd build negative duration Energy Vampire would just go bang, 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 they're dead after a couple of them. This other ability I cast here, this gives Trinity, in our build, 90% damage resistance by redirecting damage to other nearby enemies. We also have an augment equipped, which is why the armor is going away, which we'll explain later on, but yeah. You can see that kind of makes the Steel Path enemies a joke with the armor gone. And last but not least is Blessing. Hard to tell because we're not damaged, but that's another 75% damage reduction, making Trinity the only frame that can statistically go over 95 by herself. Obviously quite helpful for survival. This is basically a full heal and full shields for everyone on the team who's in range. There's an augment for it, which we'll also talk about in a second with the build, which we'll head over here and have a look at. So this is our Trinity Prime. Obviously, it all works. Regular Trinity, combat discipline. This is only useful if you are using Champion's Blessing. And we'll discuss Champion's Blessing right here. If you're not using that, I'd recommend basically anything you want. Steel Charge, you could do Dreamer's Bond. Growing Power is another possibility. But yeah, field's really wide open on what you want to use for Trinity Aura because she gives you energy already. She can take armor off already, so you don't need corrosive protection. You don't really need Dreamers or Energy Siphon. She doesn't need a huge amount of power if you really want growing power either, so it's really all open. You can use Brief Respite too, but she restores shields. She's really got most of your aura wants covered. Champion's Blessing, this is the one for her 4. So when she heals herself, her allies, or companions, she gets primary and secondary critical chance. This is one I tossed up even not having in my build. I decided to keep it anyways for lack of anything better to do. But the biggest one here is this can be very easily blocked by Overguard. If people are Overguard, they're not taking damage and you're not healing. Very aggressive shield gating also will do it. Even solo Trinity, I don't really I have trouble triggering it because of how often my shields are up. A Wisp or a Citrine will basically make it nigh impossible because of the regeneration, so we'll Oberon. So yeah, there's a straw. You could take this out and put whatever you want in here. Probably more range would be my recommendation, if anything. And that would do you just fine. If you want the other augments, that's really just doubling up on Blessing. This isn't terrible. You could use this with Arcane Blessing if you really wanted to get a slight, even more tanky Trinity, but other things on here, we got some range, as I mentioned. We got adaptation. Fairly basic mods, like nothing here is going to jump out and reinvent. We have Arcane Avenger because we don't care about taking damage, and we may as well get even more crits. Our weapons, we've got the Tenet Ferox. This is going to get buffed up in the critical section by either Champion's Blessing or Arcane Avenger, of course. This is a fairly standard Hunter Munitions build. The electricity is coming off the Pretender, if you're wondering where that's coming from, because this is a Sisters of Parvos weapon. I just like the Ferox. It's my favorite staff weapon. When you throw it like this, I'll actually go do it on the enemies here so you can actually see it. Whee! This is kind of effective. Put some status on them as well as grouping them. Also puts them all right next to each other for my gas melee that I've got going there. And I strip armor, so gas is entirely effective. That's not the right console. Cycron, as always, I carry one weapon that's just sort of silly backup. This thing will basically delete enemies. As you can see over on the stats there. I'll show you the build, just nothing super special here. It's your regular status, super primer weapon, and with Cascading Flare, and it will ramp up and magnetic and viral boost damage to shields and health. So when Aegis Prime, despite the fact the Champion's Blessing doesn't work on melee weapons, for some reason, this is what I went with. This is what I prefer as my main thing. We got a melee influence build going on here. Because our Blade of Link takes off the armor, we can go with gas and electricity. Other than that, it's mostly built as critical. Well, it's a hybrid. Not really. And this should actually have some critical chance more built in. It's not. Something's wrong. I was playing around with this mod, but I'm probably going to take that out. Oh, there's the critical chance. This puts out more gas, and restores health, increases parkour velocity. It's a neat gimmick mod. Like I said, you saw me kill the Steel Path enemy over there, so I don't really need any more stuff. If anything, we'd take that out and probably put in a Reach mod, I'd say, which would require another Forma. All right. We'll turn you guys' eyes back on. There we go. Fully damaged. There we go. I'll just clean these guys up. And now we'll go into a Steel Path mission and show off the real thing. Another interesting thing I found out with the combat discipline was the combat discipline damage appears to be reflected through the link as well. So it's even harder to damage yourself. I mean, there may very well be an attachment to this video where I show off an alternate build that isn't trying to use Champion's Blessing. Anyways, that's all those guys. We will see you over in the Steel Path mission. Oh, just a quick change of plans here. So yeah, this is the other kind of build. It'll just build up our health to be more generally tanky. You can see the Arcane Blessing on the right, and this is Well of Life. We'll give this a shot and see how it goes. Alright, and we're about to hop into the steel path here. We got this nice murmur alert handy. And we'll pop down and head in. Doop, doop, doo. I should have loaded this loading screen out. Yeah, it's like 1 second. Alright. We have Zenrik just to make sure we get that initial energy, which, as you saw in the simulacrum test where I forgot to do it, can be kind of important. Let's fail at the hacking. I think you can't fail that one, but not 100% sure on that. I forgot to equip a companion, by the way, so this may not be the final check. For what I'm doing, I would actually recommend the Nautilus with the Cordon ability for the enemy gathering. I've lost my energy. This guy's gonna be kind of interesting because he can't be energy vampired or Well of Life. Just kind of generally annoying. There we go, we got him. We gotta do a blessing. He apparently survived being mercied. It's an interesting trick.
Life support approaching.
Yeah, neat trick with these is if you put the vampires on them, it just immediately stops them. Is that the same snake or a new one?
Sending another capsule. It's no grown trees, you know.
Here's our acolyte. There goes our acolyte. The shields were down for a sec there. Put you back up to get rid of my status. So yeah, Trinity perfectly functional.
Seconds before this area is lost to the murmur
Oh. It's because I don't have fetch on because I forgot to equip a companion. Let's go over here and get this life support.
Like a fish back in water, but with air. Looks like you could use a bit of life support.
Stop that. Right down.
Tick-tock. Time and oxygen are running out.
We're fine, Fibonacci. I failed at parkour.
If you wish, you may return to the sanctum. But I think you have more fighting.
And we're out of here. We'll just head over to this extraction point and off we go. So yeah, that's Trinity. Not astoundingly super meta by any means, but perfectly viable. All the survivability and sustain you could ever want. And some armor strip on top, some side perks. This is the pool of life build. I switch the augment, which should be edited into the video. So yeah, if you wanted to try out our original Angel support before the new one comes out, will serve you well. Next video should be Banshee, Excalibur, or Vauban, I think I was thinking of doing. There'll probably be a poll of some kind up to a vote for that on Twitter or on a YouTube short for what you want to see, and also make sure to like, follow, and subscribe, and thank you for watching.
Retreat to the sanctum.
Will serve you well.